Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Making an axe out of this farriers rasp. We got a whole bunch more of them down here. I just picked up today. Getting ready to try and forge welds on that side. There's a bunch of flex in there. I'll keep it, clean and even, and so hopefully forge welds and put some more flux in. Now we're going to just let that cook for a while. Dragon's breath coming out the back of the forge there. is the axe I forged yesterday. This one's from a ball peen hammer, not a farriers rasp, but still pretty cool. Let that cook for a while. But, yeah. I guess I gotta work on getting these axes ground. I might wait until the belts come in. I have an order of belts coming in tomorrow, and this is the only 120 I have, and it's super worn out, so I don't really want to try grinding anything with that right now. I'll just wait for a bit until that gets ready to go. A drift as well. One of these chunks. If this was like this much longer, then maybe. But none of those chunks are enough for an axe drift. Might have to dig into one of these pieces. Cut a chunk of this. That much maybe, and forge that down into an axe drift. That would probably work. But yeah. Let's see that dragon foot now. Definitely hot enough. That heat went pretty well. This is the first time doing like actual forge welding for a thing that I actually want to be good. I did, let's see, where's my test piece? I did a test piece where I did like properly, well not really properly, but I managed to forge weld. But this is the first time I've tried it on an actual project. So, yeah. The flames coming out look good. The dragon front looks good. I'll try some hot ones, but I think we're doing okay. as well. Looks good. I think that's forge welded pretty well. And this, for that forge welding, first we have to fold the other side, the thing over. I might skip that. I don't know if I need to do that. But, yeah. That side looks good and forge welded, so. And then I have a lot more of these rasps. So I'll probably, if this works out well and looks and performs good, then I'll probably be doing a lot more of these. Now I'll flux that. And then we'll close that up and weld that side as well. And then we'll fold the whole thing over. Weld the whole thing. Weld the like two sides together so that way we'll have enough material to have a proper axe blade. Should be pretty good. welding heat. Now we're gonna let that heat up quite a bit. Thinking, assuming all that goes well, if I cut this like this, then I could put these on the sides of the axe and forge it out and taper it out, and then I'll have Damascus faces on the axe and it would look sick. I need to clean all the scale up though. I think maybe if all the forge welding goes well, I might weld that on as well. Maybe the next one. Like that went well. I need better tongs for this, but so maybe I can fix these. Where's the other? These for sure. I'll do some welding. botched up. What's up, Extreme Place? Got a lot of stuff going on right now, but I have an axe about ready to be welded up in the forge, and I'm gonna hopefully repair these tongs here. So hopefully this doesn't break my camera. The rasp is the whole thing, including the edge, yes. That'll work. It's not the strongest weld ever, but it should function okay. using a farriers rasp axe today. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I just got 80, yes 80, 80 farriers rasp for free from a local farrier. So huge shout out to him, it was great. But I'm probably going to be making a lot of these axes, because so far this has gone very smoothly, and it's just the first one. Yeah, for sure. It's great. Like, we're half an hour in, and I'm already on, like, the second to last step. So, I'm already on the last weld. Yeah. I just need to figure out what the drift situation is going to be like on this. Because I do not have an axe drift. So, yeah. Probably need to forge one out of this really big leaf spring here. You like my work? Thank you. I appreciate that. Check on our oh yeah. Get another thing of flux. Yeah, it can weld. I've always had trouble getting my forges to welding heat. This one's running at like 18 psi right now with the forced air blower. And when you close up the door, it gets to welding heat for sure. But I would rather be doing this in a cold forge. But like my jerry-rigged forced air blowers, I highly doubt it's as efficient as it could be. You know, like that's a $10 Walmart mattress inflator doing the blowing, and then just like a standard pipe valve, and then some random pipes and stuff, and the original burner that came with the forge, and it works. But I don't think it's as efficient as like a purpose-made blower and burner. But yeah, it gets the job done, and it was real cheap. Set a little more in there and just let that soak for a bit. Can I repair the electromagnetic catapult of carrier-based aircraft? No, probably not. I'd have to look at it, but that's not my specialty. I'm a welder, not a electrical engineer. So. Well, this is my welder. It's very small and very cute, but it works. It gets the job done. But yeah, I'm a blacksmith, knife maker, welder. Well, if you can pay me $400 to repair the electromagnetic catapult of carrier-based aircraft, well, I'd be more inclined to take a look at it. But I don't know. I don't know if that's something I can do, you know? Thank you. I'm just kind of standing around. I've got a farriers brass axe in the forge that we're just soaking. We're doing some welding heats on. Doesn't seem like it's welding. Not sure why. Maybe I needed to clean those surfaces a little more before trying this third weld. Because the other two welded real easy. But this one just isn't going. Down in there. That really pulled apart. Yeah, I just got a little lawnmower shed over here. But it works. like I said, it works. I don't know. I kind of wish that I could have a covered forging area, so because like if it's rainy, it sucks to forge. But it works for what I need it for the most part. The only thing I really wish I had that I don't have is a post vise. That would be really nice sometimes, but I don't have anywhere to put one really, or money to buy one. Gotta be enough. Let's see if I can close that up. Yeah, it is hot. But like even me, and I've only been doing this for a couple of years, but like I've been able to make some pretty cool stuff. This knife, you may notice the bevels are a little bit not sale quality, but like it works great and it's pretty cool, and I've been able to do all sorts of stuff in here. Just with like the cheap grinder, and this work helps a ton, and the cheap, drill press, and not actually that cheap forge, but still like entry level little forge. So, and like this is the forge I had before it, and that's like an $80 Amazon forge. So, yeah, you can do a lot with a really small setup if you know what you're doing and you have the right tools. Sitting there for a while, get nice and hot. Yeah, thanks. It's a very functional knife. The bevels being not the same is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. There we go, maybe this one's working. Seems like it's finally closing up, and not being an annoying little jerk. Have I made a fro? No, I've never made a fro. That maybe be a good project with one of those, but I'd probably just use a piece of leaf spring. But I've never really had cause to need one. And before I got this forge, I didn't have my old forge couldn't forge well. So before I got this one, I wasn't going to be forge welding anything. So it would have had to have been like a riveted fro or something. And like I never needed one, so I never had any cause to make one. But it would be cool to make, for sure. I think in the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first 2 welds, and then I'm just going to set it aside and grind clean the faces of the welding surfaces off before I do the next welds, just to make it easier. But I also want to make a ceramic chip forge for stuff like this, because I feel like it would be a lot easier to make like welded axes and stuff like this in a chip forge rather than this little gas forge. So it does work very good. One tool you need in your arsenal, a fro. Do you do like hewing and stuff like that? Because I have a couple of big logs that are still drying. They're going to be drying for a long time, but that I need a hew. So that would be cool to have a tool for that, but it's just not a tool I really need. Split right back open again. Really annoying. This rate I'm going to run out of flux. I only have a little bit more. to have handmade tools. So I like making axes and stuff like that. Like this is the one I made yesterday. This is from a 2-pound ball peen hammer. And like it's just nice because like no one else has things like this. And even though this is one that I'm gonna be trying to sell, you know, it's still just nice to have. Yeah, wood turner I can definitely see. It would be nice to have like a whole, like you can, I guess you can never have too many, you can never have too many different like chisels and stuff like that, I'd imagine. Probably like hammers and tongs for blacksmith. Yeah, that's always fun. Well, my tong rack is basically empty because they're all over there. But I don't have that many different tools. Like I have a decent selection of hammers and tongs and punches and stuff, but it's nowhere near what like a professional blacksmith shop would have. Like this is basically all the tongs I have right there. It's only like a dozen sets pairs, and then this is most of my hammers. You're the guy that makes handles for the tools? That's cool. I do some tool handling. Like, well, this isn't a particularly good example. This is a handle I made. This and this. These are both handles I made. A lot of my hammers over here I made the handles for. This one. This one, this one, this is not a particularly good example either, it's not a great handle, but this one I made, and this one, a lot of the really good handles I've done were on tools that are restored and sold. Most of the nice things I sold. But, yeah. They're functional and they look pretty good too, generally. All the really nice handles are up on my tomahawks, and those are up in the house. But, these look awesome once you get them handled up and you get a nice toasted hickory handle. Perfect. Alright. Seems like it's finally closing up. does the hammering do? The hammering is the forge weld. The whistling is there. That's the whistling. That's my forge blower. But the hammering, Henry's going to see us. Everything I made was something else first. Oh yeah. So basically, the hammering, I'm forge welding. I'm turning one of these farriers rasps, and I'm folded it over on itself several times. So the first thing I did was I took and I just cut off this tail because we don't need that, and then I folded it over this way. So it's double the thickness and half the length in this little section. Then I did the same thing to the other end. So I folded that over and forge welded it, which means I heated it up really hot and hammered it until it fused together into one piece of steel. And then the step I'm on now is I've folded the whole thing over. So those two thicker sections are like up against each other, and then I'm forge welding those two pieces together. And that'll make it even thicker, and that'll make the eye of the axe. You'll see when I pull it back out. I'll show you before I put it in for the next piece. But yeah, I am absolutely increasing my blacksmithing skill XP. This is one of the first times. This is like basically the first time I've attempted forge weld on my own without anyone who knows what they're doing helping me. And this is the first time that I've attempted a forge weld on an actual project. So, yes, definitely increasing my XP. Not sure if something helps. Yeah. What kind of powder? The powder is borax. It's a flux, which basically means it's like powdered glass, kind of. And when I coat the steel with it and put it in the forge, it melts and like sticks to the steel, and it prevents the steel from oxidizing, which helps it forge weld. Because if the steel oxidizes, it's called scale. Here, I'll show you. But this stuff, this dark gray trash basically is called scale, and scale won't forge weld, and it's basically rust. It's really fast forming thick rust, and it won't forge weld. So if there's scale on the inside of the seams you're trying to forge weld together, then they won't stick and they'll just fall apart again. So you put the flux on there so that the scale doesn't form, so it sticks, basically. And the flux also kind of helps to dissolve the scale a little bit and make it easier to get rid of. But yeah, definitely got skill ability. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where's my hammer? There you can see. Looks like this has finally forge welded. Oh. Drop forged. But you can see the eye isn't really shaped yet, but you can see where I'm going with this probably. And it looks like the forge weld stuck pretty well. So we don't need to flex this anymore. And we should be able to turn the forge down a little bit so I'm not burning so much propane. It's not easy. This is not an easy skill to have or to develop. But yeah. Finally got that all forge welded, so now we can just work on the shaping. Let's see anything. It's just been, I spent like an hour the whole stream so far forge welding this, like one of these. I folded over on one end, folded the other end over, then folded the whole thing over, and got all three welds to stick to make an hat. It's not that difficult as long as you do it right. It's not like some super complicated forging where you have to be super accurate with all your hammer blows and it needs to be super clean. This is just, as long as your forge and everything is set up right, you should be fine. Crap. Looks like these tongs may not work. Oh, it's well and stuck. Might need to work on that eye a little bit. I don't actually have an axe eye drift, so we might have to do some shenanigans to get that done. But yeah. No problem. It's not much else to do when I'm just standing here waiting for the axe to heat up. These ones might be better. That's all. Oh yeah. That's way better. I guess maybe for the drift I could cut a piece off of this. Like that might be thick enough to where I can make an axe drift out of it. So I'll probably chop a chunk off of this instead of just like a square, because that would be a lot of forging. I might cut like this much and then cut like a diagonal. So a lot of the shaping is already done. to grind that out. But this is shaping up pretty good. It's a tool steel. I'm not sure which tool steel, because there's a lot of those, but actually, no, before I do this, I'm going to cool down my tongs, because I think these ones might be W2. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I looked up actually what steel these are made from, and I couldn't find it. Like, there's a handful of steels that farriers rasps are usually made from, but I couldn't find anything that said which one these particular rasps were made from. So, yeah. Sacrificial floor out. I have this sacrificial piece of steel that I put in there whenever I'm forge welding, so that'll hopefully catch all the flux and stuff. Because the borax, the flux, melts refractory on fire brick. Like, it just dissolves it. It's crazy. So, like, if you don't have something in the bottom of your forge to catch all the flux, then it'll just melt holes in the bottom of your forge. But I just quenched that to cool it off, and I see all the scale that's on there. That it can either wire brush off, or just like you hit it with a hammer and it falls off. I might just wire wheel it with the bench grinder wire wheel, but you see all that super thick, heavy forge weld flux. Because this was sitting in the bottom of that forge hot for so long that it just got completely covered in this chunky flux, or scale. But yeah. That's why it's called sacrificial, because it won't last that long. Alright, let's see. So look, purchase one of your hatchets. Oh, that would be awesome. This one, assuming it doesn't explode, like assuming it, you know, works out and turns into a usable hatchet, will be mine. And then I'll probably post up a bunch of pictures on it and maybe like open up pre-orders or something, because I got 80 of those rasps, so I can make a lot of them. But yeah, if you want to pre-order one, then you can get in contact with me on Instagram or duckrabbitforging@gmail.com. It should be in my YouTube bio. But yeah, dude, it was amazing. I've wanted to do this for a while. So I was like looking at buying them online, and they're like super expensive. So I called a local farrier that's just local to where I'm at, and he gave me 80 of them for free. It was insane. So yeah, I've got lots and lots of those things. Get the steel moved. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I have to fix this weird bit with the eye, but that is looking amazing. I love that. But yeah, if John, if you're interested in pre-ordering one, or if any of the rest of you are interested in getting one of these axes, Duckrabbit Forging @gmail.com or Duckrabbit Forging on Instagram are both great places to get in touch with me. So yeah, this Canadian definitely wants and needs a homemade hatchet. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. But this is turning out shockingly well. It's almost just going suspiciously well, but we're not quite at that point yet. I think this heat I might try and, not this heat, the next heat, I might try and fix that weird situation with the eye, maybe drift it out with this. I'll just clamp it up in the vise and knock that through. Because I don't have to drift, it'll be a lot more tricky to shape the eye properly. But we'll get it done. Well enough. I'll let that heat up real nicely. So you make all the handles and mallets from ash. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do for the handle. But I'll probably try and get a nice hickory or ash handle. So yeah, should be good. If you want to make your own handle, we could definitely arrange that. But generally I like to make the handles just so I'm, delivering a complete tool. Yeah, there's flux all over the floor. It's not a big deal. That up more, but they work now, so getting that thing heated up. Without making trash, grandchildren will never know what ash it feels like. That's fair. Ash is not doing so well in most places of the world as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, that's fair. I personally, most of my hammer handles are hickory, just because all the trees on the property are either hickory or oak. And so when one falls over and you get a bunch of firewood from it, that's just what I use to make handles. Like I got a big pile of hickory firewood over here to make handles from. So that's what most of my handles are. But yeah, a good ash handle, well, if you do it right and if it's treated right, you'll never replace it. And if it's not treated right, it'll still last pretty darn long. So, you can put that in anyway. Hopefully this doesn't split the welds. Got this little dinky hammer. Looks like that's working pretty well. And it didn't split the welds, so that's good. I'll do another heat of that. You see how much better that, oh, you can't see it. But see how much better that looks than how it was before. And our welds are still good. Yeah, it sucks that they've all been cut down. That's why I need a pro. You use ash firewood. Yeah. Normally, I have this, and then I just split it up on the bandsaw. But a pro would be nice for stuff like that, because it's kind of big and clunky for my tiny little bandsaw. But yeah. This is coming out looking absolutely fantastic. Crazy. We'll let that heat up, get nice and hot. And then I'll probably just do this same thing, but over here. You too, just use the bandsaw. These little Amazon bandsaws, like the one I have, is shockingly good. Like, considering what I paid for it, like, it's not perfect, and I think I don't have mine set up very well, but like, that's a pretty good cut, all things considered, and that's nothing I can't clean up with the belt grinder. So like, the bandsaw died a couple of years ago. Like died, like the motor or motor controller, or did it just have like a part fail and we need to get that replaced? Wow, that's great. So let me get my glove. I'm drifting this out. Nice. Oh, sorry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to forge this flat so it's all like one nice taper. And tires blew apart. Holy. How old was that thing? I can't imagine that's a very common issue. That's crazy. The tires. Mine's very new, so it's still, the tires are still good, but it's given me some problems, but like considering for what it does and for what I paid for it, like it's hard to beat. Sears product? Yeah. I got this old Sears bench grinder that's been fantastic. I'm not sure when it was made, but I don't know, does it say on there? I don't think it says. There's nothing on the back, right? Yeah, there's nothing on the back. I'd have to look up model number probably. Or maybe even part number, or you know, the individual product number when that was made. But yeah, that's crazy that it just blew up like that. Yeah. There we go. I'll take this, drop that back in there. Actually, I shouldn't do that. I should do that on the next heat. Come on, get off there. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Now it's really starting to look like an axe. Just gotta clean up that eye a little bit more. Yeah. Most of mine are new. Like I got Wen drill press, Wen bandsaw, Grizzly grinder. I think this is the only like old tool, other than like hammers and chisels and stuff in my shop. Fairly new angle grinder, like all that's pretty new. And then the forge is obviously new, and my anvil is a Harbor Freight anvil, so that's new. But yeah, pretty much all my stuff's new, just because that's cheap. It's both cheap and reliable, relatively reliable. because like it's not that like old tools aren't reliable, but like the quality that you get off like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that isn't super like consistent. Like this I lucked out with. I got this for 35 bucks and it's absolutely awesome, but some stuff isn't like that, so you got to be careful. Oh, I don't want to do that. Fire extinguisher on at the ready. Just like that. That's looking awesome. Eye's not perfect yet, but we're definitely getting there. Yeah, it's not, yeah, like I said, it's not that they're not better built. It's just that they're used and abused, and you have no real way of telling how used and abused they are until you buy them and find out, you know what I mean? So, yeah. What's up, 3Bs? Been watching? Oh, yeah. We got the farriers rasp hatchet going real well. And we got a billion farriers rasps under there. That's 4 stacks of 20. So I'm gonna have a lot to do. Probably mostly this summer. Yeah. But like I said, I lucked out with this one. So far it's given me 0 issues. And it's been an absolutely awesome grinder. This, I think this is like 36 grit grinding wheel on there, which is insane. That thing takes off so fast. Yeah, it takes off material super fast. But yeah, those are a whole bunch of old farriers rasps from a local farrier that I got for free. Yeah, they're definitely used. I wouldn't be using new ones, that's for sure. Those things are too expensive. Yeah, very lucky. They're okay for knives. But like, as they are, they're pretty thick, and like, either your bevels are going to be super steep, and like not look that good, or like if you're making like a chef's knife especially, then you're just going to grind off so much of the like texture that you might as well have just used steel. They can make cool knives, but I don't know. I'll use them for axes more than knives. They make really nice size hatchets, but just the one of them. And If you take two and you cut one up and just stack it up into a thick chunk, and then you use that as the bit of a second one, then you get like a 2.5 pound like Blizzex size, which is awesome. Let's see, can I? Oh, I'll bet I can put that here. There we go, that's looking pretty good. I just finished forging out this blade and then we'll be good. Yeah, so far it's gone surprisingly easy. I had a little bit of trouble getting the third forge weld because what I did, I don't know if I've explained this since you were here. You said you've been watching for a little bit, but basically I had to fold one just to gain a little thickness, fold two, gain a little bit more thickness, and then fold three. Folded the whole thing over, and that third forge weld gave me a little bit of trouble, but we got it eventually. So, just get this junk out of here. That should draw out real quick and be good to go. At this point, I should just weld a tong rack like here to here or something, because I just have all my tongs just here instead of on my tong rack. something else I've really been wanting to do. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of a ceramic chip forge, but back here I have this thing. And I was hoping to make this into a ceramic chip forge. And basically what it is you got like a big pile of like little tiny chunks of ceramic. Not like tiny, but like half golf, maybe 3/4 golf ball size. And then you put a big forced air propane burner up from the bottom, and it's basically like a solid fuel forge, but it runs on propane. And it would be awesome for stuff like this. Just all these little forge welds. So I really want to make that for almost entirely for making, specifically for making these axes and hatchets. But that's drawing out real well. You just have to make sure that it don't overdraw it and make it so it doesn't fit in the forge. It looks like I may be close to that. Fairly cool right now, but it's good. What I'm going to do next is I'm just going to forge in a nut little inside there so that the whole thing, we get a flatter like across the top and like a steeper curve on the bottom. I'll use this rounding hammer for that. But I'll just go. There, just like that. I'll have to forge that back out and straighten all this out, but it's not a huge problem. That worked absolutely beautifully, so I'm really happy with that. If you guys have any other questions or comments or maybe suggestions, then I'll hear them. Getting bored over here waiting. Oh yeah. That's good. I think I'll keep it like that, because if I forge it any wider, it won't fit in my forge properly. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some grain refinement cycles. So basically, I'm going to heat the whole thing up to about as hot as the forge is right now. Just let the whole thing heat up nice and hot, and then I'll let it cool down to room temperature. And then I'll let it heat it up, probably just the edge I'll heat up to a little bit less than that, like 100 degrees less than that, and let it cool down to room temperature. Then I'll heat it up. So it'll be like 1650 or 1700, then like 1550 or 1600 about, then like 1450. And that way, that'll refine the grain so that I get a better heat treat. See, the ball peen on the bench and the vice grip, that's because I was drilling a hole in it. I wanted to do proper pipe tomahawk, so I drill a 1/4 inch hole all the way through. Then I went to drill it out to 5/16 and it just would not go. Like you can see about how far I got with 5/16 or 3/8, and it just would not go. And I wanted to drill part of it out to 5/16, part of it out to 3/8, and part of it out to 1/2 inch, so it'd be easier. But that's just not going to happen apparently. But yeah, I wanted to forge the ball end of the ball peen out into like the pipe part of a pipe tomahawk. Because, you know, I just figured it would be fun. Like, I've already made a bunch of stuff out of ball peen hammers. Like, I've got this wood carving axe. Maybe you'll have something to say about this. But I got a nice broad, thin axe blade on the one side. Then, like, a bowl carving adze on the other side. And then I made this wood processing axe, which is thin enough that you can chop wood really well, but thick enough and heavy enough that it'll still split. And it's got this really nice pickeroon spike on the back for moving stuff around. So that's what that is. Yeah, it's really cool. See, I've been pretty productive this week. This I forged yesterday. This I forged 2 days ago and heat treated yesterday, and I heat treated both of these yesterday. Hey, what's up, Z? How's it going? We're working on farriers rasp axe, or I guess this one's a hatchet, but I got a whole bunch of farriers rasps over here. These are stacks of 20. Well, this one's 19, but 19. Yeah, 19. So this is 79 here. The 80th one's in the forge, getting grain refinement cycle. There's the last one. It got turned into a hatchet. Looks absolutely awesome. So, yeah. Oh yeah, all 80 of those for free. It was awesome. I'm definitely going to keep a couple of them just for rasping, and for probably for wood, and then the rasp and file sides are great for steel as well. Especially when the steel's hot and you hit it up with the rasp side, like that thing flies. They're awesome. But yeah, these, like if I were to buy 80 online, well, it's 25 for $150. So 75 would be 450 plus shipping. So, like, that's 500 something easy worth of rasps just for free, like that. Like that. Those are rasps. Rasp hatchet. And I'll just, come on, get out of here. Drop boards, fire, come on. It's not a rasp hawk. Oh, keeps letting it fall over. There we go. Yeah, they probably would make great chisels as well. Fire. And if you think about it, it's basically just like a 14-inch chunk of 3/16 by 2 tool steel. So there's a million things you can do with that. Let's see, what else did I do? This needs work on. I'll get this heating up. That's going to be a new hot cut hardy because my old one is kind of crap. What's up with the file pile? That pile of files will get turned into axes eventually. Here's the first one. Let's see. It's a well, not an axe, but it's a 1 1/4 approximately pound hatchet. So, and this is the first one. It's pretty darn good for the first one, I think. So yeah, that's what's up with the file pile. Now we're doing grain refinement cycles on that. So, which means I'm heating it up and cooling it down to specific temperatures, heating it up to specific temperatures and let it cool back down to room temperature to help refine the grain, and it'll make it more durable and heat treat better when I eventually heat treat it. I might heat treat it today on stream. That would be cool. But it'll take a while for that to cool down. It's a pretty hefty piece of steel. It's like, how thick is that? It's like 1/2 inch thick, so that's a decent chunk of steel there. Forge, I've got a hardy tool that I'm working on heating out. But yeah, I am thrilled with how this is turning out. And it's going to look even better when it's done. It's just like a little bit wobbly there, but like, that's fine. I'm fine with that. For the first one, and especially considering I didn't have a drift. For those of you who aren't blacksmiths, forging, like making the eye nice on something like this without a drift sucks. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. That is cool as hell. So, if anything, I think I could probably take maybe another ½ inch on each side of, on the first two welds. I could fold over another ½ inch. I guesstimated about like 2 inches. I could probably do 2 and or maybe another ½ inch to equal up a half. But like 2.5 inches, that bit, because right now the whole bit is like 2.5, got drawn out to like 2.5 inches. So it was at about 2 when I welded it, but I could have that be like 2.5 when welding. Or no, yeah, I would have to move the thing over ½ an inch. That would lose us an inch in here. Because this is a little bit long, I think, for a hatchet eye. Because that's like, yeah, that's over 2.5 inches of eye. So it feels like that's a little bit long for the eye. So maybe if it was more like a 2¼ inch eye, if I can scooch that over a little bit, that would be better, I think. But other than that, yeah. Check on our hardy tool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool process. This is the first time I've tried this specific process. And it's only the second time I've made like an axe out of a farrier's rasp. I did a tomahawk before with the help of someone who really knows what they're doing, which was really cool to have that opportunity. But yeah, this is the first time I've done something like this. There on the hardy tool. That'll be some more heavy forging. I did a lot of heavy forging, not like super heavy, but forged this out from a 2-pound ball peen. So this is a 1.5 here, right? Yeah, this is a 1.5. So it was like this size ball peen, but it was even bigger. Maybe like that big round. So it was a pretty heavy round that I forged down into that. And I also did some heavy forging on that. Took a chunk of this, basically like this piece, and forging that down into the, into the new cutoff party that I'm working on. But yeah, this was a 2-pound. You can still see the 2 right there. and forged that from like that big all the way down to that. And what was that, like an hour maybe? It's a stream from yesterday. It's up on the channel. So yeah, when you start swinging a 5.5 pound hammer, the steel moves. You know, forge this down a little bit. And then knock in the corners. That'll make this much easier. Whoop. Drop forged. Then once those corners get nicely knocked in, let's take and drive this down into the hardy hole there. I already did one chunk just to get the sizing right. But we'll do it next time. Now this is a bigger hammer than you really need to swing for blacksmithing, unless you don't have a power hammer or press. And if you're young and dumb like me, then it'll work. But yeah, I have, that's not even my biggest hammer. I have this anvil on a stick. This is a 16-pound sledgehammer. This is my striking hammer. And we'll be using this in just a little bit. So you'll get to see that from a first-person perspective. It's cool. Not a lot of people get to see that. Yeah, that one you don't swing with one hand. That's not what that hammer is for. But this is for when you're swinging with two. And I cut the handle short because, well, you can't see it because we're looking here, but when you're striking, you want to keep it real close to your body so that you don't have to, it's easier to lift it. And then, like, you see where the handle would be going, right? Like I've got it right in front of my body, and if you're not careful and it's got a long handle, then men have been grievously injured doing that, is all I'll say. But yeah, that's fun. Yep, exactly right. I've been forging about 3 years or so. Like actually trying to like do it and get a little bit good. But I've been like making stuff since I was a kid, like 7, 8, 9 years ago. So There we go, we got those corners mostly forged in. And then what we'll do next heat is drop that in the swage block and whack it with the big hammer. Or not in the swage block, in the hardy hole. Same thing. So a little bit of water. And too hot. Still hot. When the water like kind of beads up and just sits there and doesn't like sizzle or bubble or anything, then you can do a tap test, and if you can pick it up and hold it, then it's cool enough to go in for the next thermocycle. If it's not, then obviously it's not. Burning like 10, that's for sure. Maybe the line's trying to freeze up. I don't know. We're almost done here, so. I'll probably get that hot cut done and then end the stream and do the rest of these off the stream, or whenever I get around to heat treating. I'll most likely make a bunch of those, maybe like 4 or 5, do a small batch, and then heat treat and finish them all after this one. I'll finish this one up probably whenever I can get a handle for it. So maybe Friday. Drop that in the hardy hole there, and then just got a big hammer in. Just driving that down into the hardy hole there. And now you gotta tap it on each side. And now it should just pop right up on out. Bingo, just like that. And we got like a 1/4 inch spot. That's good enough. I'll forge that down into the blade. This is 3/4 square tongs. So these are for holding 3/4 inch square or 3/4 inch round. And you can see how they work. They're V-bit tongs, just like that. Those are designed specifically for this, and they work very well. Actually, I think I'll do, so I'll brush the axe a whole bunch. Actually, I should stop saying axe, it's not axe. I'll just even up the finish a little bit. Make it a little bit nicer. Like so. It looks like it drove in a lot farther than it actually did, but that big hammer, that moves stuff. Oh, let me tell you. Like, if I had someone to hold the tongs and me striking, this whole axe forged from a 2-pound actually, it wasn't this big. It was smaller than this. But a 2-pound ball-peen hammer. I taught a class making these, and one time I did one in 2 heats to get a hammer from the ball-peen hammer to like blade shaped like this with a big 16-pound sledge. And then the spike was another couple heats. But, like, that's good. It moves steel. Yeah, this is a pretty cool hobby / business to have. But now what I gotta do, I gotta get after it with the little bitty small hammer and forge this down a little bit before I can crush in that blade. I don't know how watchable this is, but yeah, we got that marked off. Now I'm just gonna forge down, just like that. Sound effects included, and I'll draw it out. It'll be what's called like a step cut-off party, or yeah, like a step cut-off party. So where's my other one? Instead of just being like a blade, it'll be like an L shape almost, and that'll allow me to have a much thinner blade. Because like with this one is really thick and stuff, and this is mild steel, and it's obviously wonky off to the one side. But that one will be much better. You got skills? Thank you. Like I said, I've been making stuff for most of my short life, so like just going out and banging on things with a hammer and stuff. This is the first knife I made like 8-9 years ago. I took a garden trowel and folded this bit over, and then I just took a piece of wood and made a handle kind of with a couple of bolts and stuff. And I mean, it's a knife, and it's got like actually a decently nice shape to it. I might try and actually, that would be a cool video. That would be a really cool video or stream, recreating my first knife, like with like a proper like handle and stuff. Like this would be a really cool like cleaver. Yeah, I might do that. But yeah, I'm hoping I can have this as my career. That's still hot. I'm hoping I can have this be my career because that would be cool as hell. Like, it's kind of, it's not totally a dying craft. Like, Forged in Fire is doing as much as it can to bring blacksmithing back to life. But it's not like a desk job or something where there's millions and millions of people who have this job. So it would be cool as hell for me to be able to do this for a living. Let's see, we're just punching that in there. That's going to be a lot of forging to get that forged down. And I'm still kind of beat up from yesterday. Got a big blister here, and I got that. So I don't know if I'll forge all of that today. I might take it easy. Tomorrow, I have work at my job. I work for a guy doing welding fab like once a week. I go over there, so that'll be tomorrow. So no stream tomorrow. Friday, I'll probably be back out here. Yeah, Friday I'll be back out here working on this. This is going to be a Damascus friction folder. It's going to be kind of like a like spear point, like bayonet style. So it'll have like double hollow grinds and a fuller ground in here, and this is Damascus. And it'll have this 12 gauge shotgun shell brass inset into the butt of the handle, and this is a Damascus bolster. So I'll be working on that on Friday because I've got some new abrasives coming in tomorrow. Maybe Saturday I'll get back on the axes and make a couple more axes, or finish this one. We'll see. I'll probably pick up hatchet handle on Friday. Take some measurements and make sure that it'll, work with that, obviously. But yeah, that'll probably be the schedule for the rest of this week. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Doing pretty good. There we go. I think I'll call that for today. So my hands all sorts of beat up. I'm tired and hungry and thirsty. So turn the forge off. Turn the blower off so it's finally nice and quiet. And then get the burner out. There's our hot cut. Been woodworking for over 40 years. I've been in the auto industry my whole career. Yeah, sometimes you just can't make like your hobby your job or something, stuff like that. But I'm hoping I can make this work because this is really cool, and this is like I once heard someone say, do less of what you like and more of what you love. And like, sure, you may like watching TV or like playing like video games or scrolling on YouTube, but you got to do what you love, and even if you don't like it that much. And this is what I love to do. Even though it hurts and I'm tired and sweaty and thirsty and hungry, this is what I love to do. So this is what I'm going to do. So, yeah. On that note, pop out. Here's our axe. Got that forged out. from one of these farriers rasps. And then I got some more work on this hot cut hardy from yesterday. That's forged from a piece of 4140, I believe, tool steel. Like that. And so that'll be it for today. Hi. Can finally say hi. I won't be live tomorrow. I will be live on Friday. Same time, basically. Between like noon and 2 o'clock, I'll go live on Friday, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, that's it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And have a good day, y'all. See ya.